So I'm a Miko main. I love her. The team I love the most for her is Raiden Kazuha Bennett. In my opinion, that's the best premium Miko team there is. But after Sumeru and Nahida's release, that got me thinking, how much of a difference an aggravate comp would make? Would it do more damage or will it flop? Let's find out. So starting off, I'm going to show you the build. So she's C2 with signature weapon. And I am free to play, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. Artifact set. 2 Glad, 2 Thundering Fury. She has 50 crit rate, 260 crit damage, 77 EM. So for consistency purposes, I'm going to keep the same build. And the EM is going to come from Kazuha being in the little greenhouse in Nahida. So that is going to give me around 250 extra EM. So that will go up to 327, which I think is enough for an aggravate build. So this is going to be the exact same build in both two different teams. And let's see what she can do. So I'm going to be trying two different comps. The normal Electro DPS one and a Dendro aggravate one. With each being with two variants. With a healer or a full-on DPS showcase. So I'm going to be starting off with Raiden Kazuha Bennett. That will be just the normal standard with a healer build. Then we're going to do Raiden Kazuha and Kujo Sara, which will be just the full-on raw DPS showcase. For the Dendro side, it's going to be Nahida Kazuha Kuki. And then for the full-on DPS showcase, it's going to be Nahida Kazuha Sara. So without further ado, let's go to my favorite punching bag, the brown Rubik's Cube. So starting off, I'm going to use the basic comp that I always use, which includes a healer and is the highest average, most consistent damage he does.
Nothing lasts forever.
So as expected, she did quite a lot both off-field and on-field with her E and ult respectively. The second comp is going to be replacing Bennett with Kujo Sara, since that will increase her crit damage by 60 and give her slightly more attack.
Nothing lasts forever.
I was actually quite surprised to see how little this added. So I honestly would not recommend running this comp because you're missing out on healing and not that much damage, so unless you want to run the 4 mommy comp, of course. And yes, Kazuha is a mommy. Phase 2, the Dendro showcase. We're going to start off with just a basic aggravate team with Kuki being the healer.
Right now. A sight to behold.
Obviously, with no attack buffer, Miko struggles quite a bit with her damage. Her E was similar, quite consistent damage, I'd say, but the burst is definitely a lot less. And the last team is replacing Kuki for Kujo Sara for an attack and crit buffer.
Yourselves at home. Right here. Emerge. Right. I'm always watching.
So in the perfect scenario, you would put Bennett as a healer and attack buffer to round this comp out, but unfortunately Pyro removes the aggravate buff, so it does not work. So if you are confident in dodging, you can run this team comp. It does insane amounts of damage, but the only thing it lacks is a healer. Be careful with this comp, but it is very strong. And then lastly, we're gonna have some fun and give Miko all the food and support buffs possible to see her total damage output.
Tactical nuke incoming!
And as you can see, she is insane. To wrap things up, this is just a damage showcase of extreme circumstances, so take it with a grain of salt. From what I've seen and played around with, I would say that the Raiden Miko team has much more burst potential and is a lot easier to set up, while the Dendro team has much more consistency with totems being her main damage source for aggravate. Miko might have not started off as a great character, not fitting in the meta on release, but with Dendro, now she is quite a great character and I love her dearly. So if you are considering pulling for her, take this video as a reason to pull for her because she is just a very fun and interesting character. And thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little comparison video. Please subscribe and like for more.